When I was younger, I would go to church and listen to stories and people tell me all these things. But when I started reading, that's when I really started to learn. There's so much in the Bible. The whole book is just it's like it helped me so much. I don't really know how to explain it. My name is George Karounos. I'm a freshman at Montgomery College. I'm studying neurobiology and I plan to go to University of Maryland in 2 years.
Okay, awesome. What do you like to do for fun outside of
Uh,
neurobiology?
I like to play basketball and lift weights.
Awesome. So big athletic guy. That's awesome. Good for you.
Yeah,
So
thank
let's
you.
kind of transition a little bit, talk a little bit about your faith life. What's that kind of been like? Has it been lifelong? Has it been something you picked up in later years? Kind of talk a little about that, George.
Yeah, I was always raised Christian. Both my parents are big Christians, my whole family. Um, always went to church when I was younger, but I started to get more serious into my faith starting high school.
What kind of happened in high school that kind of made you more, or was it just getting older and you
I
started
was
to
just I
appreciate
was just
more?
getting older, more mature, started learning more.
What kind of church have you been going to? What church you've been raised in?
I go to a Greek Orthodox church down in DC.
Okay. Now, for the Greek Orthodox Church, we've talked to a couple people on that before. What does the service typically kind of look like in a Greek Orthodox church? Is there anything different from like a more Protestant service?
Yes, it's just pretty much mostly in Greek, and I mean there's a choir and they're singing. The priest reads from the gospel. It's like I guess maybe more serious, like strict. I don't know. I haven't really been to a Protestant service.
Do you have a favorite Bible verse?
Yeah, Psalms 27 verse 1. The Lord is my light and salvation. Whom shall I fear? That's my favorite verse because it's kind of like comforting and it makes me feel safe and protected, you know?
How so? Where
Like
you
no matter
kind
what
of
obstacle I go through, no matter what's going on, I have God with me. I have Jesus with me.
has there been like a specific moment in your life, specific struggle where faith's kind of played a role in helping you see the light?
Yeah, like I guess anxiety. I mean, school, basketball, stuff like that. If I'm ever like scared or nervous, I just pray and I get comforted by God, you know?
Yeah, anxiety is something that happens to a lot of people, but it's kind of how you go about handling it that kind of makes the difference. And especially when in the court or just in life in school with the hard test or exam, just kind of knowing that God is kind of with you kind of helps recenter and focus your life on what's important. I mean, I know anxiety is tough. I struggle with it too, but it's knowing that God is in control.
Yeah.
That's what's most important. So you kind of been in the Greek Orthodox Church, most of your life. If someone were to ask you why do you love Jesus, what might you tell them?
Why do I love Jesus? Well, there's, I mean, a lot of reasons I could list them off, but the biggest thing would be he died on the cross for all of our sins. You know, what he went through, he was tortured and murdered as an innocent man just for our sins to be forgiven. I mean, that's like the biggest demonstration of love.
Unconditional, undeserving love. There's
Yeah,
nothing better than that,
yeah,
especially for something that we didn't deserve.
yeah.
So, kind of to head in a home stretch here, what might you say to someone who is a little bit unsure about their faith? Maybe they started in the church and kind of backslid, maybe trying to rediscover it, or just have never been into it at all. From your experience, what might you kind of tell them?
I'd say to just well ask like people they know that are Christians, you know, try to find friends that are Christians, and then also to read the Bible for themselves and learn more about God, do research, maybe even attend a church, see how what it's like. But probably the biggest thing would be to read the Bible for themselves and learn more from that, because that's what helped me grow my faith and grow my relationship, reading the Bible for myself.
Why do you think it's important to read the Bible? What do you get out of it when you read it?
When I was younger, I would go to church and listen to stories and people tell me all these things, but I never really had knowledge. I never really had knowledge on like God and stuff. But when I started reading, that's when I really started to learn. Like there's so much in the Bible. It's the whole book is just it's like it helped me so much. I don't really know how to explain it. It did help a lot. It did help a lot for me. Yeah.
Maybe seeing the stories kind of come to life, or seeing them. Sometimes when I read, I find that things are different than or different as things I didn't notice. Like, oh, I didn't notice that happened,
Yeah.
and then kind of seeing the nuances in between the lines. Do you have a favorite book in particular?
I like the book of John. I like the book of John a lot. Yeah. Book of John.
What's one of the Gospels? What is it about? Is there anything in particular about John?
How he talks about Jesus, it really like speaks to me.
Yeah, no, all the Gospels kind of give Jesus a different approach.
Yeah.
And so, if there's John that kind of speaks to you the most, that's awesome. Cool. And what may be kind of last question here? What might be one small step that you want to take to kind of improve in your faith life?
I mean, I'm still young. I haven't read the whole Bible. I still want to gain more knowledge. So just keep reading, keep praying, grow my relationship with God.
And the good news is you have time.
Yeah.
You have time to get better, and you've obviously had good experience reading the Bible before, and so that hopefully will be a motivation for you to keep going and keep reading the whole Bible and seeing what other nuances you can find. Well, hey George, I appreciate your time. Thanks so much for coming and sharing about your faith. I appreciate it, my man.
Yep. Thank you for having me, man.